Hi guys, I just decided to go live and detangle my daughter's hair. Give me 1 second, I'm getting myself set up and we'll be ready to go. Okay, her braids have been in for roughly 2 months. Her braids have been up for 2 months. So we're going to have shedding, we're going to have knots, tangles, things like that. And she took her own hair down. So I really don't know what I'm getting ready to get myself into. But I'm going to show y'all how I detangle. So if y'all have questions, I can address the questions right now on the detangler. As you can see, my daughter's hair is very thick and very long. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start in the back at her nape area. What I like to do is just grab a small section. Just let it separate wherever it separates. Like I don't pull it and break it or loose. I just let it separates wherever it separates. Clip her hair out the way. Now, of course, you're gonna need your uh, wide tooth comb. Um, I always tell y'all to have a fine tooth comb on deck, uh, spray bottle, and of course, the smooth through detangler. You're gonna need the smooth through detangler because this is what's gonna do all the work for us right here. Okay. Now, you see all these little wild hairs. This is gonna be a detailed tutorial. I want you guys to really be able to see, like these little hairs that are connected and that needs to be separated. I'm gonna separate those as best I can, but I'm not gonna worry about them right now. Lightly mix with water. Lightly mix. Don't Don't oversaturate. Just lightly mix with water. Now let me tell y'all why I got these gloves on my hand. I got these gloves on my hand because I need to take my nails off and I've been chipping at them. And so I don't want them to snag around her hair and pull her hair out. So these fingers that I have covered are the ones that I've been chipping at and I need to take off. So that's the only reason why I have the gloves on. And I'm going to work the detangler into her hair, working down, working down. Now, because a lot of my daughter's matting, tangling, it happens at the root. That's where I focus. Sometimes it's down the length of her hair, and I'll put some detangler there, but my focus is at the root because that's where a lot of her knots and tangles are. Work the detangler throughout the hair. You want it to cover top and bottom, back and front. You want to be able to open it up and see detangler, but work it in. And if it starts to feel too thick, add a little more water. Now her hair has been up for 2 months. So what this detangler is going to do is going to add the moisture back into her hair as well while I'm detangling it. So if you ever want to use it as a co-wash, you just detangle and rinse it, and it's going to cleanse your hair along with detangling and adding moisturizing to your hair. So like as you can see her hair now, and I haven't even started, let me turn it around a little bit. I haven't even started detangling it yet, and you see how it's giving the life back to her hair, and her hair was up for 2 months. So now I'm going to start with my fine tooth comb. I'm just combing up to the root. Like I said, she has more tangling at the root, so that's where I have to focus. And I like to use a fine tooth comb because if you're a person who has single strand knots, you know what I'm talking about. This wide tooth comb here is not going to be able to take all of your single strand knots out. So that's why I always have a fine tooth comb of some sort close by. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going all the way up to the root as far as I can because I don't want to pull these little wild hairs up here. So that's going to be in my next section. So that's done. Let's move on. Wherever her hair, you see all these tangles in her hair? Wherever it naturally separates. Like you can't even see the root. Really the root of her hair. But I just want to show you guys in real time how the detangler works. Now, your shed hairs are going to naturally come out because her hair has been up. See, we have like knots here, knots here. Her hair has been up for 2 months, so I'm expecting knots. I'm expecting shedding. You know, those are things I'm expecting because her hair's been up for 2 months. Lightly mist, working the water into her hair. Now, what I like to do sometimes, I like to go through the hair because I can feel like I have some knotting and matting right here. I know I'm going to have to target that area. So I like to go through the hair. And also I like to work the water in because I can feel she has like a pretty nice size knot here that I'm going to have to work out. So you guys can tell me if you like live demonstrations of how to use the detangler instead of edited videos, because with the live, I try to do those every so often because if you guys have questions, you can ask me while I'm doing it so I can show you while I'm detangling her hair. Now, I'm going to get my fine tooth comb again. Her hair is pretty long, so I don't know if I can get all of it in the frame. Now, this knot right here that I feel, I don't know if you guys can see it. You see that knot right there? I'm going to add a little bit of detangler on it and work it around. I'm going to let the detangler do its job because the detangler is going to soften the knots and tangles so they'll be easier to remove. So now, let me put your head down for me. So now, I want to gently, you see how I'm gently working through that? How the detangler now has broken that down. And that's partial shed hairs that need to come out as well. See how the knot is even smaller? So I'm going to keep chopping through it, gently breaking it down. Because I don't want to just pull her hair out. So the detangler is, I don't know if you guys can see that. I don't know if you guys can see it clearly, but how the detangler is softening that knot so I can work my comb through it. Now her hair has been up, like I said, for 2 months, and she has very thick coily hair, and she's dry and prone to matting. So there's certain things I expect when I do her hair. So I'm gonna start back over from the bottom, making sure I detangled all of this part, and now I'm gonna go back to that knot. I don't know if you guys can see that, how it's breaking the knot up. You see how it's breaking the knot up and the shared hairs are just going to slide out. Now, because you see how the detangler is absorbing into her hair, it's moisturizing her hair. So I'm going to add some more water. I'm going to add some more water to her hair. Where have you been? Hello, how are you? Yep, it's been about 4 years. It's been about 4 years. Thank you for your support. But now you see that section that had the knots. Now I can work my way up to the root, which is the area I like to target anyway. You see how when I was working with the knot down here, the detangler was doing its job up here, so it makes the root easier to detangle. Now, this technique, the detangler, what I'm showing you guys and using the detangler, it aids in hair retention. So you don't lose as much hair when you detangle. You get to save hair and you maintain length. If you guys go back and watch my videos from 4 years ago, my daughter's hair has been long for 4 years. She has maintained length. We cut it every so often because I have to deal with it and I have to maintain it. And my other daughters who want their hair cut. But for the most part, she's kept her length for 4 years. And that's the way I've always done it. So that's the way they get to maintain their hair. They get to keep their hair. They don't have a lot of hair loss and shedding and stuff like that. I mean, shedding is naturally, but they don't have a lot of breakage because of me using the detangler to detangle their hair. Now, I don't know if y'all can see. See, these are these little small knots I was telling y'all about that she has that the wide tooth comb isn't able to get out. And you see how her hair curls popping back in, and her hair is filthy. It needs to be washed, but the detangler is moisturizing her hair. I can rake straight through it. So I'm going to go on to another section. Now, what I like to tell people, the thicker your hair is, the smaller your sections are. Like her hair is thick, and this is about as much hair as I separate. Because if you try to take a larger section, baby, you're asking for trouble. Working the detangler in. I work at the root because that's where a lot of her hair problems are. The tangling, the matting, what hurts. That's why I start the detangler at the root to allow it to do its job. Then I'll add some down the length of her hair. Not much, just a little, depending on how many tangles I feel. And see how I'm working it in? I always work in the direction of the hair. You never see me do this. You never see me do that. I always work in a downward direction. Now, again, with my fine tooth comb, lay your head down for me. I'm trying to keep her hair in the frame, but her hair is pretty long. Now, I get people that say, oh, I can't detangle my hair with a fine tooth comb until they use the detangler. And then I get emails like, I never thought I would be able to detangle my hair with a fine tooth comb, and my hair is fully detangled, completely detangled. As you see, I detangle from every angle, moving down the shed hairs easily easily into the comb. Okay, you guys. Okay, guys. I don't know if we're back on. Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm assuming that we're back on. If you guys can hear me, just let me know if you can hear me. I don't know what is happening. Okay. Okay, so we back up. I don't know what happened, but if you guys can hear me, let me know you can hear me. Okay. So I was working the water into her hair, the spray bottle. Now, y'all see that? You see how that's just sitting there? It ain't going nowhere. If that don't coat your strands, nothing will. You see how it's just still sitting there? It's not runny, it's not liquidy. It's just sitting there on top of the hair. Now I'm going to work it in. That's what you want to coat your strands. Because you know it's going to hug those strands. Give me a thumbs up, you guys, if you like the video, if you like the content. Also, if you like the live tutorials better, give me a thumbs up. Let me know if you guys like the live tutorials better, because if you have questions, you can go ahead and ask me the questions now. And her hair's a little dry on the end, so I'm going to add some water. Working it in. Shed hairs. Pick it down for me. Now I'm starting with a wide tooth comb because I didn't feel as much. Thank you so much. You can go to our website at tmhairproducts.com and it'll tell you all the information about the products there. Our products are also natural and organic. They're safe for both children and adults. And the detangler can be used as a detangler, co-wash, and deep conditioner. So you get your money's worth. But you can find all the ingredients, everything on our website. So you can check there. Now, when you guys see me chopping through the hair like this, that's to break up all the shed hairs, knots, tangles. We're just breaking those up. Thank you so much. I don't want to butcher your name. Tracia, thank you for your support. Now you see that combing, that chopping motion? I'm going to exaggerate it so you guys can see it. That chopping motion, that is helping to break down the knots and tangles with the wide tooth comb. I just do it in a faster motion. Now I've worked my way back up to the root. Thank you. Working it out. Now, once I am, once I feel like I'm done detangling it, so now I have the whole section of hair. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through with my wide tooth comb. And you see how thick my daughter's hair is. And then I'm going to get my fine tooth comb and go through her hair again. Because I want to make sure her hair is completely detangled. Working it in. You see how I can run my fingers through her hair. You see how I was making those curls pop? Now, fine tooth comb all the way through from root to ends on every angle. This ensures that her hair is completely detangled. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean her part up. Push this up and up here. And guys, it's only taking me this long because I am talking you guys through it. If I wasn't explaining and talking you guys through it, I probably would be just about finished with this whole side of her hair. But I just want to show you guys in detail while we're here. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to twist this section. I twist it because, as you can see, her hair is very coily. And I don't want it to coil back up on itself. So I twist it to keep it from tangling again, making sure it's completely detangled. To see, just like that, on her ends, it'll coil back up on itself. So I comb through it, completely twist it. And I'm going to clip this out of the way. And this is going to keep from coiling back up on itself. And I'll move on. Yes, her hair was up 2 months. Like, let me show you guys some of the inside of her hair. So you don't believe me. You can see the dirt. And she took a shower, and that's why it's so tangled up on the end. She took it loose and then took a shower, so that made her hair start to revert back and draw up and mat up. So that's what I'm left working with. So again, wherever her hair separates, Wait a bit. Now she does need a trim, and sometimes when you need a trim, that will contribute to your tangling, like on the ends. But other than that, she's pretty. She's in pretty decent condition. She has healthy hair all year long. Like she always has healthy hair. My children always have healthy hair all year long because of me using this detangler and our perfect assist styling aid. All year long, the hair is healthy. It stay moisturized all year long. Even when it's in a protective style, when I take their protective style out, you can still see the moisture when I use our um, perfect assist styling aid. And the perfect assist styling aid can be used on anything other than the silk press. So this is the perfect assist styling aid. Let me show y'all what it looks like. You see that? That looks creamy. That looks moisturizing. So, sorry about the hair that's in there, but I just want to show y'all. But that's what I use to protect and style her hair, and that keeps her hair from drying out when it's in a protective style. So when I take her hair down, she does not lose an excessive amount of hair. So that's what helps her to retain all of the length she retains. I don't have to trim her hair very often because their ends stay protected. They stay moisturized. So I like to keep it simple. And anybody who's been subscribed to our channel for any amount of time know I have 4 daughters and I have 3 sons, and just about everybody gets their hair done. So I can't spend a lot of time. Put it down just a little bit. I can't spend a lot of time, detangling. And if you find this video helpful, share it with a friend, share it on your social media, and don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell notification. Now, again, this is where my daughter has the most matting and tangling. So this is where I work my way up to, making sure the detangler penetrated all the way through. And as you see, I'm just making squirts of it. I'm not just like drowning her hair, but I'm using the appropriate amount for her hair. So now I want to make sure it's all throughout her hair. As you can see, I can feel the detangler breaking up the knots and tangles in her roots. I can feel it. Now I feel like okay, we have some in the middle. Right here. Okay. And this is what we're here for, guys. I'm here to show you how to remove knots and tangles. So when I have one, I want you guys to see it. I want you guys to see it and see how I remove it. So now she has a knot right here, and I don't know if you guys can see it where her hair is tangled up right here. And I don't want to just pull that hair out. So I'm just going to add a drop of detangler on that knot. Work it in. I'm going to work it in. me show y'all like I did before. You see I put the detangler on there to break it up. The detangler softens the knots and tangles to make them easy to come out. See? Very easy. See how easy that was? And she didn't lose a ridiculous amount of hair in the process. So we go back to detangling. Every angle, every direction. Get my fine tooth comb. Every angle, every direction. See how those curls just spring back. So I'm going to clip that out of the way. Okay, so I'm going to start here. Same thing. Be careful and gentle around your edges. Be careful and gentle. Same way. I'm going to do the same thing. Working the water in. Thank you, you guys too. How are you guys been doing and dealing with all of this? How's it been going? I hope you guys are staying safe. I'm working these roots, y'all. Let's give y'all a better angle. Why people want to call when I'm live? Why they want to call when I'm live? Let me see. Sorry, y'all. Give me 1 second. People want to live. People want to call when I'm live. Man, precaution is an understatement. When you have teenagers and high school kids and all of that, like, you have to be super careful. But you know, you guys know me. I have a range. I have from elementary to college kids. So for us, it has been a huge, huge adjustment. Homeschooling, everybody, you know, it's been an experience to say the least. And you guys see, you have a better view now of how I chop through the front with my wide tooth comb. Now the reason I'm not combing up here, turn your head around a little bit, up here, because this hair is hair from the top and the bottom, and I don't just want to pull that out. So I gently get as close to it as I possibly can, and when I take the next section down, then I'll clean all that up. And I hope that makes sense to you guys. Because, like, you see, this is kind of a clear part where you can see her scalp. You can't see her scalp here. So, turn on a little bit more. You can't see her scalp right here. So, I don't want to just start detangling. I want to clean it up first and detangle another section and then take care of that. Because I just don't want to pull hair out like so. Like, now I can detangle that section. You guys give me a thumbs up. If you find this video helpful for anybody, your friends, your nieces. As you can see here, see how calm she is? She's very calm because it doesn't hurt. And yes, with all of this hair, she's tender-headed, and I always tell her, if it hurts, tell me. Turn your head around a little bit. I'll tell her, if it hurts, tell me. And you can see she's very, very calm. Because, one, I take my time, and two, I don't want to snatch her hair out. I let the detangler do the work. I don't want to work for the detangler. I want my job to be easy. So I let the detangler do the work. Yeah. You know, like, it's funny that my kids, one of my daughters who's now a junior in high school, she she wanted to be homeschooled. You know, she wanted to be homeschooled. So it's not really hard on her. It's just the new learning style is a little more difficult. But she wanted to be homeschooled. You know, and I just miss the aspect they're not able to see their friends in person. I think that takes a toll on you. I have to find somebody with a lot of gray hair, and I will be more than happy to do a live tutorial on somebody with gray hair. You know, most people don't want to show off their gray. I think it's beautiful, but most people don't want to show it off. So they keep it tucked away. Now, I feel a few tangles down here, but I can tell that they're not like really hard tangles. I don't know, did I tell y'all? I don't think I've been on live since I cut my hair off. I cut my hair off. I just, on a whim, I just jumped up and thank you. I just jumped up and went in the bathroom and cut my hair. So the back is probably, like, literally, it's probably about maybe that long all the way around. So I don't know. I don't know if y'all hear the car. I wanted a fresh start. I wanted a new challenge. I wanted to do something different. I know my husband wouldn't have been happy if I would have just completely big chopped. So I just took a lot of it off, and I don't know, just to have something, a challenge, something to do, especially in being in the house now. So I'll give y'all updates on how that's going. So far, it's going well. I want to take off a little bit more, but I don't know. Even my daughter, I don't know if I'll post a video. I did a video of me silk pressing her hair, and it's a live video of me silk pressing her hair. Um, but I cut some of her hair off. She wanted some of her hair cut off. So I cut some of her hair off. I didn't go as short as she wanted me to go, but I cut some of hers off. I guess like just being in this house, it's like you got to do something. You have to have something to excite you. So let me see. Excuse me, y'all. Hello, hello. Okay, they keep calling, but ain't nobody saying anything. Hello, hello. I'm live. What is it? Okay, okay, okay. Take this phone upstairs. I'm sorry, y'all. This is my daughter calling. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm recording live. Okay. Such is life. That's what happens when you do a live video. Okay, turn around. Okay, so I have detangled this entire section. Hi, Olivia. Shout out to Olivia. Thank you for checking out our live video. Thank you for supporting our videos. Thank you. So I have detangled this whole section. And I'm just going to take another section. See how she has these. See? These are the kind of knots and stuff we dealing with. See, I don't want to pull them loose because I don't want to break her hair. So I try to naturally just work them loose like that. Because now we have to get down to the good stuff. Now you guys, you see how I'm spraying her hair? Y'all, I should have been finished talking to y'all. I've been streaming this 45 minutes. I'd have been finished with her whole head. But that's okay. I'm enjoying you guys. I don't get to do this often. Now, you hold your head over. You see this part of her hair? Yes, that is a good tip. Thank you. Um, she's saying the water in the spray bottle, it should be warm. I mean, it helps if it's warm because it helps to break down. Thank you. That's a good tip. Sometimes I do, but sometimes if it's water left over from the last time I did their hair, that's just I just keep it that way. But yeah, when you start out, if you start out with warm water, that's a good tip as well. I don't know if I've ever said that on a video, but thank you. That's a good tip. Now I have customers who have locks and they want to detangle their locks. Um, Also, what I tell them is to wet their hair, put the detangler on their hair, and sit under the dryer and let the warmth break down the knots to detangle their locks. So that's another good tip if we have any people that wear locks or have severely matted hair, like severely matted, like your hair been up like 4 or 5 months. Like, I don't know why, but you know that happens to some people. Like maybe if you're in a hospital or something like that, add the detangler on your hair and then sit under a hooded dryer. Put a conditioning cap on it and sit under a hooded dryer for about 30 minutes. Start at about 30 minutes and then start working the detangler out, and then get back under the hooded dryer. Wet your hair, get back under the hooded dryer, because the heat helps to break down the knots and tangles as well. Thank you. That would help. And let me know when you do the review. Thank you, Miss Miracle. Thank you. Miracle happens. Thank you. And as you can see, I don't just rake through her hair. Like when I feel that, I release it. I don't just try to rake through it. I take the comb out. And if you can, Miss Miracle, you can do a review on our website as well. You can post your experience there on our website. That's tmhairproducts.com. And then you can go to testimonials and post your testimonial there. Now, as you can see, as thick as her hair is, I'm talking to y'all, interacting with y'all, engaging with y'all, and probably at a 48-minute mark with a few hiccups, and I only have this small section of her hair left to detangle. So you could say 2 hours to detangle her hair, as thick and as long as it is, and it's been up for 2 months. I'm telling y'all, it was a lifesaver for me. It changed everything for me. Outside of the fact it's natural and organic. Now I'm just wetting it now because, as you can see, her hair is absorbing the detangler, which is a good thing. It's absorbing the detangler, so it's moisturizing her hair. So when she rinses it out, it's going to feel like her hair has been deep conditioned, and it hasn't even been conditioned yet. So that's what the detangler does, because remember, it's also a co-wash and a deep conditioner. So with this being absorbed into her hair, when she rinses it out, her hair is going to be very soft. It's going to feel like she's already conditioned her hair. And then she can go into styling if she so chooses to do so. Or she can shampoo it, start with a clean slate, which is what we're going to do. Shampoo her hair, start with a clean slate. I don't know how I'm going to do her hair yet. And what I might do, if you guys want me to, is when I get ready to style her hair, I can go live when I get ready to style her hair. So I think I'm going to do like some crochet braids or something. So let me know, you guys, if you want me to go live when I get ready to style her hair or my other daughter's hair. I have two girls here I need to get done. And if you guys want me to go live and styling their hair, and just to let you guys see how it works live, to let you see this is the real thing. You guys see me detangling her hair live, unedited. So now what I'm going to do, I was trying to see how what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean this part up here. I'm going to clean it up. When I say clean it up, that means like get a straight part so I don't snag hairs from another section, because that is very painful to me. So I hate doing it to other people. So what I'm going to do now is take large sections, part it off, and twist it up. And because her hair is because her hair is so coily, I think I told you guys earlier, I twist it because I don't want it to tangle back up. That's counterproductive. I don't want to have to go back through this again. Okay, so you guys want the live video of me styling her hair. So just to be sure, either her or my other daughter, I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do with it. I might put crochet braids in, so I just want to be sure you guys want me to go live when I style her hair. And I'll show you guys how I used the Perfect Assist styling aid. And if you guys have not tried that, you are missing out definitely, because the styling aid not only is a moisturizing styling aid, but it also acts as a leave-in conditioner. It's not a leave-in conditioner, but it acts as a leave-in conditioner. So once you get ready to do your protective style, you can use the Perfect Assist styling aid. That's all you need. When I do curl forms, roller sets, twist outs, whatever style you see me do outside of a silk press, I use the styling aid for. I don't use it for silk press because it contains water. So it'll revert your hair back to its normal state. But anything outside of that, if I do crochet braids, she said, yeah, the whole shebang. Okay. So I'll come on tomorrow and you guys can see. I'll show you guys how I style her hair, at least most of it, because that might be a nice lengthy live. So now this is the only section I have left. We're gonna knock that out right quick. You see all these tangles? I don't know if you guys can see it. Let me put my comb down. You see like all of these, like this is a nice matted section, this right here. So we're gonna knock all of this out right quick. See, this part is so tangled, I'm just trying to figure out where to separate it. Yes, thank you. Is your name Tracia? Because I don't want to say it wrong. I tell people all the time that it helps to block odors. If you have athletic children, your children sweat. Like this daughter in particular, she sweats heavy. She's a heavy sweater in her hair. Y'all, I'm trying to see what I'm trying to separate this. But she sweats very heavy. Oh, good. I'm saying it right. She sweats very heavy in her hair. And you know, sweat after a while can create odors. But the styling aid helps to fight odors. Some of you guys may know that she was a dancer and my other two daughters are dancers. So they sweat a lot. Now, I put the detangler down the length of her hair because I can feel tangles all down her hair. So instead of wasting time just putting it in one spot, I just rubbed it down the length of this entire section of hair. Now, if you don't have as many knots and tangles, then you don't use this much detangler. But if you have thick hair like hers, you want it to penetrate from the front to the back, side to side. You want it to cover the hair. You want it to hug those strands because you want it to break down the knots and tangles. Now, if it starts to feel too thick, spray it with water. Spray it with water if it starts to feel too thick in your hands to loosen it up. Now I can feel like knots all down here, but what I'm trying to do now is just release the shed hairs. And I don't know if you guys can see that, but the shed hairs just gently come out. The head down a little bit. I'm trying to, let me see, I have to go with my fine tooth comb. Head down some. Now you see how I'm gently picking through. I'm not going from here to up here. That's what a lot of the people be doing to them kids, and they be hollering and crying. From here, I take a small step here. I take another small step here. If that part is detangled, then I gently move up. The comb is leaving the imprint. Then I take another small step here. Now, this seems long maybe, but it isn't, because once you get the hang of it, you'll do it very quickly. Once you get the hang of it, it'll become a faster process. You'll do it very quickly. So that's what I'm doing, and I'm just brushing the shed hairs down, out into the comb. So that's what I'm doing in a sped up motion. So literally what I'm doing is I start at one spot. You see this spot? I'm going to start a little bit further in front of that spot. Comb down. Oh, hit over a little bit. And then this spot is where I was. This spot is where I was. So I'm going to go in front of that spot just a little bit. And that's literally what I'm doing, but it's just a faster motion. I'm going to move in front of that spot just a little bit. So you guys see, so when you see me doing it, and that's why I like the live video. So that's what I'm doing now in a faster motion, working my way up to the root. Now, this is the shed hair, dirt, and all that stuff that needs to come out. And I'm working my way up to the root. Now again, if you start to feel the detangler getting thick, add water. Pull it down a little bit. I'm trying to move those shed hairs. So these are the shed hairs, the dirt, the gunk that needs to work its way out. So now, we just working it on down. So now the root is good. Now we're working it down to this area. And voila. Now, this is the hair that came out in the comb for this whole section, and her hair's been up for 2 months. So you can see it's very minimal hair loss, hair breakage. It's very minimal. Now, shedding is natural. It's going to happen. We have no control over that, but it's very minimal. So now I can comb through this entire section. Letting the detangler do its job to make your job easier. Okay, turn around here. I'm trying to get Uh-oh. So I'm gonna try to get this section done. Working it in. I have problems at the roots, so as I work it in, I like to feel the roots so I know where my knots are and what I have to tackle. Thin layer. And a thin layer down her hair. You need to apply as much as you need to penetrate through the back and the front. This is what I don't want to do. I'm working the detangler in so it can do its job. I want to make my job easier. So I'm working it in, and I can also feel that she has tangles throughout. Get down a little bit. Always starting from the ends. Always. Gently working your way up. Feel a few little tangles. Let me try the small comb. Yep. And if you run into some tangles and knots, don't be scared. That's what we're here for. We're here to show you how to get them out. Now, as I told you, I'm using that technique again. Let's just sped up. These are 2-month-old braids. And a girl who sweats and is very prone to matting. She's very prone to matting. Her hair will mat in a heartbeat. So I'm just taking my fine tooth comb, picking through it, letting the detangler work. Because it allows me just to comb on through. Get back a little bit so I can see. Just breaking that up. Sorry, catching hair from the bottom. Just breaking that up. All the way through. All the way through. Now, while I have you guys here, okay. Do any of your older daughters rather for mom to their hair and do your daughter's hair the same? Question. Do any of your older daughters rather for mom to do their hair and do all of your other daughters have the same one? Okay, for the first part of your question, yes, they do. They rather me do their own, they rather for me to do their hair. They don't want to do their hair. They rather I do it. Um, my other daughters, my other two older daughters, cut their hair. I don't know if you was on the live earlier, but I did a silk press on my daughter's hair, a live video silk press on her hair, but we cut some of her hair. Her hair was probably the length of this daughter's here, and we cut it to probably about, put it over here, probably about comfortably on her shoulders. And she wanted to cut more off, but I wouldn't let her cut more off. And then my other daughter, my other older daughter, she got her hair cut too. She kind of likes her hair at a medium length now, as opposed to long. Like this daughter likes her hair, likes to keep her hair at a longer length, but my other daughter um, likes her hair at a medium length, and then my other daughter is trying medium length now. So, yeah, one of my daughters, my third daughter, she wants to like mohawk her hair. Like that's where she at. She wants to take the sides off and everything. So no, they don't have the same length, but two of them hair is very thick like hers. My other daughter is not as thick as hers, but it's pretty thick. So I just clipped that out the way. And I tell them my daughter who's 18, she just showing you guys this. So this is the last section we have to detangle. Turn around. My daughter who's 18, she just started detangling her own hair. I made her start detangling her own hair because I tell her all the time, you have to get to know your hair. I know your hair because I've been doing it so long. You have to get to know your own hair. So I just started making her detangle her own hair. So this is the last section. We're working in the water. Just a little bit. Now I can feel we got some tangles in here. I can feel them. I don't know if you guys can see some of them. I can see some of them. So we're gonna get those out. As you can see, this is a bigger section of hair. I don't recommend doing this unless you have mastered the other way. Because this way you can potentially pull out more hair if you don't know what you're doing. Now, it's not enough detangler. Turn around this way. It's not enough detangler on this side, so I'm going to work it in some more. It has to penetrate all the way through because you don't want the detangler on top, but you're just raking hair out of the bottom because it's not coated. The styling is not hugging these strands. It's only hugging the strands at the top. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to open it up. Like it's pretty good here. Turn your head around for me a little bit. It's pretty good here. But now I'm going to squeeze a little bit so it can penetrate all the way through to the other end. Okay, turn on. So now, let me see. I'm sorry. That's what we want it to look like. We want it to penetrate front to back. That's what we want it to look like. So now I'm gonna start this. Oh, you get it all the way over. I'm gonna start this one with my wide tooth comb. See, I can see the shed hairs now. They're just ready to slide out. Just ready. Now you see I'm starting from the ends. You see the knot right here that's ready to come out. So now I'm gonna have to get my fine tooth comb. So this knot here. Now the hair is ready to come out, but it's hanging on to a few strands. But we don't want to unnecessarily break them. You see how the detangler is breaking it down? I don't know if y'all can see that. See how the knot is not as tight? See how the knot is opening up? It's not as tight, like balled up in a knot. I mean, it is a knot, but you guys know what I mean. See? And there we go. So let me go back to my wide tooth comb and see what we feel. When you guys feel knots, oh, here, over just a little. Thank you. When you guys feel the knots, don't just rake through them. Just take your time and take them out. Now I can feel the detangler getting thick on her hair. So I'm just going to lightly mix it with water. Breaking up the tangle, breaking up the dirt, breaking up the knots. See? Breaking it up, breaking it up. We're working it on down. See, these are the shed hairs that want to come out. I'm just gently picking through it. Gently. I pick through it gently because if I feel a knot, I don't want to just go. So I gently pick through it. Golda, when you detangle a section, when you finish detangling a section, twist it. And that keeps it from tangling back up on itself. And that's what I was just telling the guys in the live a little earlier. That's why I twist the hair, so that it doesn't tangle back up on itself again. Because that's so frustrating. So now I'm going to take all of this section, spray some water on it. All of this together. Combing through gently to see if I have any knots and tangles. Now for the final test. Taking my fine tooth comb, going through the entire section, ensuring no knots, no tangles. Take it on down to the bottom. Her hair is very thick. That's why I take my time. As you can see, it's very long. So we are completely finished. So I'm going to separate this section into two and twist them up. Now as I twist down, because her hair is so coily, it'll start to tangle back up because it's naturally coily, so it always wants to coil up. So for me, even as I comb through it, sorry I'm out of frame, y'all. I'm just twisting her hair all the way down. Thumbs up this video, guys. If you like it, if you learned something, share it with somebody. Share it with somebody you know with a tender-headed child or a child that has thick, long hair. Introduce them to our products and make their lives easier. So give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you'll be notified of when I do more lives. If you guys like more lives, I'll go live more. Y'all, I'm gonna be honest, I would have been done detangling her hair. But I wanted you guys to get it. I wanted to break it down and explain everything. I wanted you guys to see what I do off camera, things I don't show in my videos. That's why I decided to go live when I knew her hair was old and it needed to be detangled and loved and cared for. So this is the finished detangling process here. Now what I'm going to do, and I try to explain that in my videos, I am going to rinse this detangler out of her hair with warm water. Warm water. You want to rinse the detangler completely from her hair. Warm water. I'm going to keep the twists in. So all I do is take the hose in the sink and rinse until the water runs clear. That's how I know all the detangler is removed. So I rinse until the water runs clear. Then I add shampoo to her hair and I work it through, leaving the twists in her hair. I do not take the twists out, only if I feel like I absolutely have to, where I know that dirt is really, really packed up in her hair, or if I was doing somebody's hair and I noticed they have like a lot of product buildup and all of that. But when I use these products, this is the only thing I use on their hair. They don't have product buildup. So I don't have to do that. I know, like, even her hair being up 2 months, you don't see her scalp does not look all gunky and, like product buildup and all of that stuff. Because when I use the styling aid just absorbs into the hair. So if you have dry scalp, it just coats the scalp. It doesn't leave a buildup on the hair. So I hope that explains it, guys. Again, I'm going to completely rinse her hair with warm water. Completely rinse. I know that the detangler is removed because the water runs clear. The water is going to be cloudy because the detangler is white. So I rinse until it runs clear. Once it runs clear, I go ahead and shampoo. Sometimes I shampoo once, sometimes I shampoo twice. Depends on how I feel. If I feel good, I'll do it twice. If not, one time it is. And then I'm going to shampoo her hair, apply the detangler back on her hair. I'm going to take these twists loose. After her hair has been shampooed, after the detangler has been rinsed from her hair, I'm going to remove each twist, add a little bit of the detangler, twist it back up, and then put her under a hooded dryer to deep condition. You guys, I cannot stress that enough. That is when the magic happens. Believe me, when you deep condition with the smooth detangler, because again, it's a deep conditioner, it's a detangler, and it's a co-wash. So when you deep condition with the smooth through detangler and blow dry that hair, baby, listen, you ain't even ready. Y'all not ready. You're not ready. And even if you don't blow dry your hair, even if you go into styling with the Perfect Assist styling aid, you're going to see your hair is going to have a very beautiful luster. It's going to look healthy. It's going to have a nice shine on it, even if your hair is naturally dull. One of my daughters, my youngest daughter, her hair is naturally dull. Gives it a beautiful, healthy hair luster to her hair. Just makes it look so nice and lays so well. So that's what I'm going to do. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for hanging with me with the technical difficulties and all of that stuff. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. If you're interested, visit our website at www.tmhairproducts.com. And on that note, I'm going to rinse my baby because she has been sitting here patiently, because I should have been finished with her hair. She's been sitting here patiently, letting me talk to you guys and do everything I had to do. And I'm going to talk to you guys tomorrow. Now, you guys asked for it. I'm going to come back on live tomorrow. Set your notifications. Hit the subscribe button. I'm going to come back on live and show you guys how to use the Perfect Assist styling aid while I'm styling her hair. I don't know what I'm going to do to her hair yet, though, so I can't tell y'all what I'm going to do. I'm thinking crochet braids, but I'm not really sure. So be here tomorrow, and we're going to do a live tutorial on how to style all this thick goodness. Thanks, guys, for watching, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Peace.